had the opportunity to go to City of Rocky Mount water treatment. I was based with Jim Connolly for the, my brain just went. I was based with Jim Connolly for water treatment. I did get to spend a few days at the wastewater plant as well. I created a website. This is what I presented to my students, and then I added what we did at the end. So the background, just to show them, of course, we have the water tanks here in Rocky Mount in the Nash County area. I knew the kids in Nashville, since I'm at Nashville, they would probably know where the Nash Community College water tank was. I put this to kind of draw their attention. So in this picture, you will see the computer screen. And these are all the tanks in Nash County and Rocky Mount, and what we serve in Edgecombe, sorry, because it's the City of Rocky Mount. So it's where the water is gone, and the little round things is how they turn them on and off to flow water in and flow water out. And so I started out giving my children background knowledge of just how much do we service here in Rocky Mount with residential 38%, resale 28%, institutional 13%, and commercial 13%. Some of that did change during when the storm came through and Pfizer and all the water production, because there are companies that uses a lot of water. And so I did have the opportunity to go to the mayor's office and walk around with the City of Rocky Mount building, and we saw that we had won awards here for having clean and safe water. And so I did take pictures. Some of them I did take off the internet. This is the sunset. That's the inside that she was telling you about. That is beautiful inside the plant. And just the calculations that they take daily and do. And this is the water treatment process, how it goes through the plant. It starts at the river, comes across that one road into the plant, and all the machinery that is there. So, the treatment process. So you have the reservoir. It comes into the water treatment plants. It goes through all these chemicals and things that they can use that are for safety reasons, because of course I don't want to drink Tar River water just right out of the water. It sediments, it filtrates, it disinfects. Then you have your clean water tank and your reserve that then goes out to the community. These are basins. The basins get turned over 4 times a day. They hold 3 million gallons of settled water. When emptying the basin, the worker uses a fire hose to push the solids, which is called sludge, to the drain that goes to the rest of the sludge area, and then that's the sludge. And so my boys were all interested, of course, into the sludge and the grossness of the sludge. What I thought was cool with this is there's a contract with Granville Farms. The sludge from both places goes out to farms, and it's what goes on the fields to help the fields grow better for the cattle or for production for other areas. So it helps other businesses here in our community. So of course, I'm originally from Tarboro. I've never been to the dam. This is my first experience at the dam. I thought it was cool. They let me walk on it. They let me walk and just take pictures. So that was one of my favorite places to visit and to see. So I did want to start my children out with some definitions, and I do teach 3rd graders, so I didn't want to go too hard with them, but I needed them to understand the process. And so we talked about some of the different things that they do put in water. We talked about how fluoride was there, and that, you know, the dentist tells you fluoride is for your teeth, but too much fluoride can actually hurt you as well. So there's a certain amount that they have to put in there. So the problem that I started with my children is, first of all, you got to hook a 3rd grader. You got to hook anybody. If you don't grab their attention to begin with, then you're lost. So I started out with, well, how much water is clean water? Just by itself. And so the earth is 70% covered in water. Even though water seems to be everywhere, not all of it is suitable just for me to go drink. And a lot of my children, of course, watch TV, so we talk about those nature shows where they have to filtrate the water. They tell you on those shows, I'm not just going to drink this water because it's not filtrated through. So I started out, and I'm going to kind of skip between the two things, with my PBL. And we went over the PowerPoint, and I started out with a big bucket of water, and it's just going to go through some different pictures for you. And I started out with a big bucket of water and showed them, okay, this is Earth. There's 70% of water here. Then we took some out. Then we took more out. We ended up with like this little bit in there to show this is actually what's clean originally. This is okay for us to drink. And so, well, what can we do so we have good drinking water? So we are safe and can go through that. So then their problem was to filtrate. And so they had materials, they had clear cups, they had dirty water, and they had helped me make the dirty water. We had taken dirt, we had taken leaves, we had gone outside and just made dirty water. I had coffee filters, elastics, which was like pantyhose, sand, gravel, plastic bags, nylon, and paper towels. And they got to experience, and I'm just going to kind of flip through the pictures quickly. They got to experience us going through what it was talking about, the different materials that they got to use. And you can see their dirty water cups on their table. And so they had to figure out as a group together how they wanted to filtrate their system. And they worked together. Most of them did end up, it looked decent at the end. Some sand, I had little granules of sand. So that kind of came through, but the rest of it, they did get the dirtiness out. Now, I had a 2-minute warning a while ago. I did get to go one day to the wastewater plant. That is the neatest place to go, just to watch and go through that. How many of you have fished on 97? The fish all gather there because of the wastewater plant. It's all about the water that comes from the wastewater plant right into the river there. I will say thank you to Jim Connolly and the City of Rocky Mount. Thank you to STEP and Nash County. I took this experience and went back to school, and my whole team changed our science and social studies lessons. We have now had a marine biologist that we Zoomed with. We had the mayor come out and speak about her job, even though she is elected. We have done career spotlight pages where we've learned about arborists. So anything that we are teaching in our science and social studies, we are focusing on a career. And so we are trying to show the children, because it kind of really hurt I'm gonna be quite honest, it hurt my feelings that these 19-year-olds were making more than what I make as a 20-year teacher. And I was going, oh my, and I told my mom, I said, I really think I would have done something else. She says, no, you wouldn't. If you knew in 3rd grade you wanted to be a teacher. But I really think I would have gone some different paths with it, just to be able to expose them to that. So thank you so much.